What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Room of Wrexham. This is episode number 34, and we're coming off a very big episode indeed. We crashed out the FA Cup as a result of to losing to Leicester in a replay. We returned to winning ways, beating Wigan, but we dropped out of the playoffs with 17 league games to go, and we received a record transfer fee. Yes, Sheffield United of the Championship came in for Luke Bolton, our right winger, and we agreed on a £2.5 million fee, and he is on his way to Bramall Lane on transfer deadline day. All right, look, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. To replace Luke Bolton, we brought in Patrick Roberts, the experienced 27-year-old who's had played for a plethora of Championship and League One sides. I thought he was a really good upgrade, and then we used most of the budget that we had left to hire a youth scout to send him to Ireland, as I want to fill up the youth academy between now and the end of the season. So feeling good. It was a big January for us. We had 8 players leave in the end. 3 of those were meant to go at the end of the season, but the game bugged, and they signed 3 midfielders signed pre-contracts and left in January, which is a bit annoying. And then we sold 5 other players. We bring in 5 players, and I think we've upgraded the team despite the squad being smaller. I think the quality has improved as we look to push for a playoff spot in this end run to the season. Well, going into the first game of the episode, and it would be Cambridge United in Cambridge, as we look for a bit of redemption here, because Cambridge handed us our biggest defeat in this career mode to date. They thumped us 7-1 earlier in the season, an absolutely ridiculous result, and especially considering this team are in the relegation zone and were in the relegation zone when they thumped us. Yeah, I had a bit between our teeth. I wanted us to respond and to win that game and to go back-to-back wins after beating Wigan in the final game of last episode. Well, Cambridge would take the lead in the first half, a decent little finish. And then in the second half, honestly, we peppered them. Patrick Roberts making his debut. I was noticing him here and there, could have had more of an impact, but definitely potential in him for sure. The Cambridge keeper was making ridiculous saves after ridiculous saves. We were just peppering them from corners, from counter-attacks, doing all we could. The league top scorer, Paul Mullin, was trying to find the back of the net. He was struggling to do so. And our final chance coming in injury time, Pritchard, who's been subbed on, he finds Mullin, but the shot is blocked. And Cambridge manage to see this one out. So they complete the double over us. Are they the first side to complete the double over us this season? Maybe, potentially. Anyway, we could not redeem ourselves after that 7-1 defeat to Cambridge, and it's back to losing ways. 1 win in our last 6 league games, I believe, as we continue to be outside the playoffs, and we're now 30 league games in, 16 to go. Is our form going to turn around? Well, not with games like that. To be honest, that wasn't our worst performance. I know we lost, but we actually played really well. And on another day, we score 3-4 goals there. But unfortunately, we didn't. And we are still outside the playoffs. Birmingham with a game in hand over us as well. Tom Bradshaw comes to us and says, look, he needs some minutes. He needs some game time. And do you know what? Maybe that's something I need to look at with the team. The results aren't coming, and Bradshaw's a decent goal scorer, so maybe we need to implement him into the team. Smithies also came to us and said, look, he needs some game time as well. So in this game against Stevenage, who are 21st and in the relegation zone on goal difference, I'm going to make 2 changes, and 2 significant ones too. Smithies is going to go in goal. Lloyd is going to be dropped. Nothing against the academy graduates, just 17 years old, the pressure's on him right now, and Smithies wants some game time, so we'll give him a start in between the sticks. And Tom Bradshaw starts as well. I was trying to think about how I could start Bradshaw and Mullin, because obviously I'm not going to drop Mullin. He's, I think he's got 28 league goals this season, or even 29. But how can I implement both of them into the squad without changing things up too much? So I'm going to drop Paul Mullin into the 10 role. I think he's done that a few times for Wrexham in real life. I think he can play that role. And Tom Bradshaw's going to play up top. Well, 9 minutes in, and Mullin playing that deeper role turns provider as he finds Cyrus Christie in behind, and the right back scores his first goal for the club. A nice assist from Paul Mullin, great run from Cyrus Christie, really good finish, and that's exactly how we wanted to start this game. Goal in the first 10 minutes. Now what can we do to add to this lead? Stevenage in the relegation zone, as we said. down on their luck, as are we, to be honest, though. Our form hasn't been good at all, but we need to start turning things around. And that's how exactly how you want to start it. 9 minutes in front of your home fans, 1-0 lead. Well, Stevenage would look to respond, and Presley working his way into the box. We win the ball back, actually, but then Hayden gives it away twice before Smithies makes a smart save. His first save in this game. His first start for us as well since coming in. His first start in the league, sorry, for us since coming in. He obviously started the 2 cup games against Leicester. Well, Paul Mullin almost made it 2-0, but for a very good save from the Stevenage keeper, he just tips this one over. And then Smithies, once again, forced into a smart save down to his left. The keepers are on show right now, putting up a really good performance, both of them. As into the second half now, we win the ball back. Josh Earl wins the ball back, and then a nice little ball from Patrick Roberts round the corner. We're on the counter-attack. Tom Bradshaw, can he make it 2-0? No, he can't. He hits the post. Really good opportunity there. And Bradshaw, who's come into the side, he wants some minutes from the off. We've given it to him, and he should have scored there. Well, just before the hour mark, he would bag a goal here. Probably a harder chance in all truth, but it's actually a really good finish. He takes the touch in from, I think it was Roberts who passed it to him, smashes it back across the keeper, and we now have a 2-0 lead. Hopefully an unassailable lead, but we will see. Make a couple of changes with half an hour to go. Mullin comes off as I want to rotate the squad a little bit, and we've got a game coming up in a few days' time. Well, Presley, who was a bit of a threat in the first half, halves the deficit for Stevenage 5 minutes after we made it 2-0. This was a really good finish. I mean, this replay really annoys me because, once again, you see when the AI just are so static. Evans, who's meant to be my DM, is just stood there watching him as he takes a touch, walks around the ball and scores. Why is Evans not causing issues there, pressing the player and trying to cause a mistake or win the ball back? Really frustrating, as you know, we have many issues with the AI here. And well, Presley, I can't really say anything about this. He doubles his and Stevenage's tally for the game, and they bag 2 goals in 10 minutes to complete a really unexpected comeback and a really poor showing from us. Full time at the Racecourse Stadium, 2-2, and boos ring around the stadium as well. 1 league win in the last 7 matches, and when you perform like that, you give up a 2-0 lead in the last half an hour against a relegation battling side. The issues are evident, and despite making a couple of changes, including changing our goalkeeper, including bringing Tom Bradshaw in and having 2 strikers playing up top. I know Mullin was playing in a deeper role, but he's still a goal threat. We were unable to see the game out, and we are now down to 9th. Still only 1 point outside the playoffs. It is crazy tight right now. 4 teams separated by a point. But we would rather be in the playoffs defending our position rather than chasing it. Well, Paul Mullin comes to us and says, "Look, boss, I know you played me in Cam that game. I can play wherever you want me to." And I know Mullin can play that 10 role. Obviously, he can play the 9 as well. So it's good that he is adaptive and flexible as well. And then George Evans says that he's happy that he's getting some minutes. Koulibaly is actually unhappy about the amount of minutes he's getting right now, which is fair enough. I haven't given Koulibaly too many opportunities, so we're going to change that here. A game against Lincoln midweek. Lincoln currently 13th right now. We lost to them in December, so again, I want to look for a bit of a response. Unlike the response we didn't get against Cambridge when they completed the double against us, we're looking to avoid that here and return to winning ways. Koulibaly would be in the squad. He is one of 4 changes. Matty Folds comes in for his debut at left back. O'Connor was in at the back, and Elliot Lee comes in at cam as well. We stick with Smithies in between the sticks for now. Let me know in the comments. Do you think I should stick with Smithies towards in the run-in for the rest of the season, or do you think we should go back with Lloyd? Let me know in the comments. Well, we had a really good chance to take the lead very early on. Cyrus Christie, we said he's been on really good form those couple of episodes. I've been really noticing his presence down that right-hand side. He whips in a beautiful ball in, but Jewison Bennett, the former Sunderland man, should do better here. His header goes wide of the post, and we should have had an early goal in back-to-back games. Well, after that chance, Lincoln actually really grew into this one, and they would take the lead. 34 minutes on the clock, and House, with Lincoln's first shot on goal, scores the first goal of the game, and once again we are in a bit of a pickle. And just a few minutes later, House is found once again, and he beats Smithies quite with a powerful shot. Don't get me wrong, but quite a central shot. And Smithies will be kicking himself there, the veteran. He would want to get that one back. And out of nowhere, Lincoln lead 2-0, 2 goals in 4 minutes for the Imps. In the second half, Tom Bradshaw forced the keeper into a really good save before House would then force Smithies into a good save. Just over 10 minutes to go, and we don't look like we're going to be getting back into this one. Bennett to the byline, swings the ball in, headed away, really well headed away actually. It's bouncing around, a bit of headed ball tennis going on, and the referee says enough is enough. Full time here in Lincoln. They complete the double over us. They beat us 3-1 earlier in the season. They beat us 2-0 here. House getting 2 goals in 4 minutes, and that was enough to see them win this game. 1 win in the last 8 league games for us, 3 wins in 12, and we are plummeting down the table. Guys, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Let me know in the comments. Is there something I need to change? Do I need to change the setup, the formation, the system, the tactics, the personnel? I'm open to suggestions in the comments right now, because right now our form is dire. Our league position is plummeting. We're down to 10th now. It is not looking good. Lincoln move up to 12th and just a couple of points behind us now. We're only 3 points adrift of Birmingham, who do have a game in hand. But I don't want to be chasing playoffs. You know, we've got 14 league games to go. We're in a huge battle right now. As we look at the top of the table, Rotherham and Plymouth battling out for the title. It's still pretty tight up there. There's a bit of a gap between the top 3 and the rest of the pack. I feel like we're going to be battling for that sort of 6th or 5th playoff position, but we really need to turn things around quickly. So let me know in the comments, what can we change? What can we do? I'll be happy to hear any sort of feedback. And of course, if you're enjoying the series, drop it a like as well. It's been really good to be posting this series again after we had a little bit of a break over the Christmas period. So if you're enjoying the series, drop it a like. We're also very close to 500 subs as well, so don't forget to hit that sub button. And I'll catch you in episode 35 very soon.